I have the fortune of talking to some people from Sandstorm, and they said that Sandstorm will not work on this, but nonetheless, this is called Bitseed. It's a little personal server that runs a PC Arduino Nano 3 board, which uses the ARM architecture, and has a gigabyte of RAM and a gigahertz of processing power, and it is attached to a 320 gigabyte hard drive. Right now, it runs as a dedicated Bitcoin full node, so it's storing a full copy of the Bitcoin blockchain, and it's helping to relay transactions and blocks around the peer-to-peer Bitcoin network. But really, at its core, this is just a generic little personal Linux server, and you can install all kinds of different Linux applications. Of course, right now, it's just about as fun as administrating any other Linux server, and we would like to make it a lot easier for non-technical users like myself. So one day, we would love to get Sandstorm running on this device, whether that's after Sandstorm adds support for ARM, or whether it's because we switch over to some x86 hardware. If anybody wants to get one and hack around with it, you can get it off of the website Bitseed.org. It's an open source project, and we accept pull requests.
Thanks. There is plenty of time for questions if people have them.
Yeah, so I guess it might be worth mentioning, since I've got tons of time. My name is John, and yesterday I published a post on the OK Turtles blog. OK Turtles is a nonprofit that... yeah, that was me. OK Turtles is a nonprofit that I work with. Greg Sapak is a friend of mine. He's a co-founder of that nonprofit. The blog post was called 5 Open Source Slack Alternatives, and got to the front page of Hacker News and got a lot of attention. I guess Slack has been coming under fire for various reasons recently on Hacker News, so timing coincided really well. But two of the Slack alternatives that I wrote about actually have Sandstorm apps. So Let's Chat has a Sandstorm app, and Rocket Chat has a Sandstorm app. If anybody's interested in an open source Slack alternative, my favorite so far has been Rocket Chat. They have a lot of really cool features, and also native mobile and desktop applications, and of course Sandstorm support. So go and check out the blog post and check out Rocket Chat.
So there was one of the authors of one of the other apps, I won't say which one.
I did.
You already did. Okay, well,
Zero vision.
Anyway, they emailed us yesterday after seeing your blog post saying, we just saw this blog post on Hacker News that says that one of the biggest problems with our app is it doesn't support Sandstorm. What do we do?
Just a gentle nudge.
Okay, so who wants to support another Python Slack alternative to Sandstorm? I'll help you.
But no, it's actually really interesting to hear. I didn't want to certainly not cause any bad will in the community towards Sandstorm. It's like people are being really particular, but you can't really call it an alternative if no one can use it, and Sandstorm just makes these apps really easy to use. So at this point, because there are already several other alternatives that do offer Sandstorm, it's kind of a downside if you don't offer Sandstorm support. So I hope that this becomes a box that server application developers start to check off, like, yes, we support Sandstorm. So good job, guys.